Seconds after Timmy Brooks walked into court,
We're gonna have to deal with this here.
emotions erupted from some in the packed gallery filled with family of Montrese Mitchell.
You're gonna have to have people removed then.
Brooks was removed, and deputies settled things down after pleas from Mitchell's father.
I'm somewhat lost for words. My family's upset. I'm upset. We can't even grieve without a lot of the nonsense that's going on.
And how his family ended up here.
She just turned 30 April 12th. For her to lose her life at such a young age.
This is the story of 30-year-old Montrese Mitchell, a mother of 3 who was known for her kindness and compassion for others. She found love with 29-year-old Timmy Brooks, a troubled individual with a dark past. While out on bond for felony charges, the two would get into an argument when Montrese found something on his phone. Tired of arguing with her, he decided to shoot her multiple times, including a fatal shot to the head. What would make him turn a simple argument into cold-blooded murder? And how could he take this mother from her 3 children? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Kenosha, Wisconsin. 30-year-old Montrese Mitchell was a single mother to 3 wonderful girls, Janie, Jada, and Zamia. She was a CNA and worked at South Wind's residential home as a caretaker for about 3 years. She was known for her bubbly personality, always ready to lighten up any gathering with her humor and laughter. Montrese was the kind of person who was always smiling and ready to share, even willing to give you the shirt off her back despite her own needs. Her 3 little girls were her world, and she loved taking her daughters to parks, going for walks, and enjoying ice cream with them. Montrese developed a romantic relationship with 29-year-old Timmy Brooks, a man with a complicated background. Timmy was a convicted felon who was out on bond for several other felony charges at the time. His social media activity suggested that he was dealing with personal struggles, indicating a man facing internal conflicts. He posted, "I truly pray and ask God to give me the strength to carry on and be a better person tomorrow. The devil has been trying to get at me in all sorts of ways, but just like he said, he's just a prayer away. Every time I call on him, he heals me and is always on time. I would like to thank God again for saving my life." Despite his troubled past, Montrese found something in him that she connected with, though his history and current circumstances posed potential challenges to their relationship. Like in any relationship, the couple experienced their share of conflicts and disagreements. However, no one could have predicted that these typical relationship disputes would escalate to a tragic and fatal outcome. Kenosha police were called to the Wyndham Garden Hotel on 6th Avenue around noon on May 25, 2022, in response to a medical emergency. The housekeeping team had discovered an unconscious individual on the floor of one of the hotel rooms. It was reported to the dispatched officers that the room was rented under the name of Montrese's boyfriend, Timmy Brooks. Upon entering the hotel room, the officers found the victim, who was identified as Montrese Mitchell. Shortly after, emergency medical responders arrived on the scene and immediately began administering life-saving measures. Despite their efforts, Montrese was ultimately declared deceased. During their investigation, authorities discovered 4 .22 caliber shell casings scattered throughout the room, including one found adjacent to where Montrese's body lay. Additionally, detectives utilized surveillance footage from the hotel to determine the precise times when Timmy and Montrese arrived together, as well as when Timmy departed the room alone. Investigators also interviewed guests who were staying in a room next to Timmy's room. These individuals reported that they were awakened by noises that they suspected were gunshots. Investigators now identified 29-year-old Timmy Brooks as the main suspect in Montrese's murder, and they obtained a warrant for his arrest. That same day, on Wednesday, May 25, Timmy surrendered himself to the Milwaukee Police Department.
Yeah, I want to talk to somebody, homicide detective, the man.
But this happened in Kenosha, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he over here, and I'm trying to get him so, you know what I'm saying? You know what
Talk to them?
Talk to the homicide detective over here, so they can transfer and talk to you. You see what I'm saying? Because he in another district, and I don't got no car to go with in Kenosha.
Okay, so you drove here, or you let me call them and see what they have to tell me. What's your last name, man?
My name is Stevens.
Do you have your ID with you?
Yes, I'm telling you, buddy. I'm sorry. I can't even call it. I'm sorry.
And you're the one that's involved?
Yeah.
Basically, I give you my ID on there, you can put it up.
Put it to me, Junior. He want to go.
Alright. So you're wanted?
Yeah, in Kenosha right now.
Well, it just happened. It just happened this morning.
Right now.
But he wanted in Kenosha because he just did something. He killed the girl this morning. That's what he's trying to say.
So you're trying to turn yourself in?
Yeah, the right way.
What thing me? I ain't supposed to turn myself in?
I want him to do the right thing. I'm his mom.
Yeah.
And I want to do the right thing. So could you talk to somebody? Can I talk to the homicide detective?
Alright, do me a favor, step on this side.
Me? Him, because he gotta make sure he got him to block him up.
Quick here. I'm gonna put handcuffs on you for now. Okay? So I verify this.
Oh, is This dude, is he not lying? No, he still, I told you, they still got a case taken in Kenosha. That's how they do up here. Oh, I ain't never been in this. Yeah, my little brother, calm down, man. My only brother.
Just stay there for now. Let me call upstairs.
Told you still alcohol. This is right here. So you know you do it. Well, you know you do it.
Do you have any weapons on you? No. Okay. Anything, any phone or anything on you? You don't have anything on you then? Come in. Phone or anything on you? You don't have anything on you then? Come in this way. Alright.
My brother big, he can't turn his own stuff in. Shut the hell up. Excuse me, man. But this stuff I ain't got anything like in my life. Can I get a piece of paper out?
It's crazy. So still going there.
I need to drink. I don't even drink.
This crazy.
I do got more for a kid than so big.
You heard we said he got remorse for her kids. Sorry that happened, you know. Shout out to Janae. Shout out to all her other 2 kids too.
Man, y'all you stay crazy now.
I did what I was supposed to do. Come and turn myself in.
Yeah, we told you, man. That's why. I gotta tell you, I can't do that. Hell no. I ain't never heard that in my life.
During an interview with investigators, he recounted that in the early morning hours of that day, an argument broke out between him and Montrese. She was confronting him about something she found on his phone. Timmy admitted that he became upset and grew tired of her arguing, which led him to pick up a gun and shoot her. Furthermore, Timmy confessed that after the shooting, he fled the hotel and took Mitchell's car. Dan Tambasco, the assistant district attorney for Kenosha County, characterized the incident as not only premeditated and cold-hearted, but also as an intentional act. This was a calculated callous, and frankly, it was an intentional act as well, he stated, emphasizing the deliberate nature of the crime. Charmaine Harris, Montrese Mitchell's brother, strongly argued that the accused should not be released on bail and should remain in prison. He said, he doesn't deserve the chance of bond and doesn't deserve to see the light of day, emphasizing that the seriousness of the crime means the accused should face strict consequences and not be allowed out of jail. Timmy Brooks is facing several charges related to the killing of his girlfriend Montrese. The charges against Brooks include first-degree intentional homicide for deliberately causing the death of Montrese Mitchell, possession of a firearm by a felon, 3 counts of felony bail jumping, and 2 counts of misdemeanor bail jumping. These charges collectively portray a serious pattern of alleged criminal behavior by Timmy. At the time of Montrese's murder, Timmy was out on bond for 3 felony cases and had a prior felony conviction. The courtroom was charged with high emotions the moment Timmy Brooks entered for his initial hearing on Friday.
Seconds after Timmy Brooks walked into court,
We're gonna have to deal with this here.
emotions erupted from some in the packed gallery filled with family of Montrese Mitchell.
You're gonna have to have people removed then.
Brooks was removed, and deputies settled things down after pleas from Mitchell's father.
I'm somewhat lost for words. My family's upset. I'm upset. We can't even grieve without a lot of the nonsense that's going on.
And how his family ended up here.
She just turned 30 April 12th. For her to lose her life at such a young age, over something this crazy.
Wednesday afternoon, a housekeeper at the Wyndham Garden Hotel opened a room to find a woman on the ground. She wasn't moving. She was dead. That woman, the 30-year-old Mitchell. Court documents say she was shot 3 times. The room rented by Brooks less than 24 hours earlier.
This incident all started over an argument in a hotel room about information that was on Mr. Brooks's telephone.
And when he tired of the argument, prosecutors say he pulled out a gun and shot Mitchell in the back of the head.
This was a calculated, it was callous, and frankly, it was an intentional act as well.
Brooks turned himself in to Milwaukee police on Wednesday.
He doesn't deserve a chance at bond, nor should he ever see the light of day.
A court commissioner set Brooks's bond at $1 million. He was out on bond in 3 felony cases at the time. He also has a prior felony conviction.
According to Montrese's loved ones, she was staying at the hotel as a temporary arrangement after her home was damaged by a fire. Timmy pleaded guilty to first-degree intentional homicide. Tabasco delivered the sentencing arguments, painting a picture of a man who utterly disregarded both the law and human life. He requested that the judge impose the maximum possible sentence. Defense attorney Chad Shamali recognized the gravity of the crimes committed by his client, but advocated for the possibility of parole. He pointed out that Timmy had voluntarily surrendered to the police, provided a full confession, and entered a guilty plea, thereby relinquishing his right to a jury trial. Shamali also highlighted that Timmy suffered from mental health issues and argued that, if granted release in the future, Timmy would give his life to God. Kenosha Circuit Court Judge Gerald Degvillo first apologized to the family and friends of the victim. "There is nothing that I'm going to do. There's nothing that I'm going to say that will put you back in the position that you deserve to be in. And that is to have Ms. Mitchell here with you." Degvillo then detailed Timmy's criminal history and noted all of the chances Timmy had to address his mental health issues. "You had the chances to do what God expected of you, and you have opted to walk away from all of this," said Degvillo. "This was callous, cold, and heartless. This wasn't a momentary decision. Because if it was, it would have been one shot. But it wasn't. As laid out by the state here, this was one shot to the back of her head, and she went to the ground. There was no threat to you. And you fired not 1, but 2 more shots." The judge then gave Timmy the maximum sentence allowed under the law. On Thursday, January 5, 2023, the judge sentenced Timmy Brooks to life in prison. Additionally, because Timmy used a gun in the crime, the judge added 5 more years to his sentence. While Timmy did offer an apology to the victim and her family during the hearing, he repeatedly looked back at them, smiling and making mocking gestures. The deputies, led by Lieutenant Gilly, effectively prevented him from being seen by the family during these instances. After the hearing concluded and Timmy was being escorted back to jail, he shouted at the family members, "I could have got 2 life sentences, I don't care," indicating a lack of remorse for his actions. Montrese's friends and loved ones held a vigil to honor her life.
A simple,
All right, everybody ready?
but important final message for Montrese Mitchell.
1, 2, 3.
A message that filled the skies of Kenosha.
We love her, we miss her, and it's forever with us. It ain't no letting go, ain't no RIP, it's do it for Woo.
I really appreciate that for all the people who came out today and who support my mom.
Her family, 3 daughters and friends stood with candles and pictures at the hotel where she was murdered.
Knowing that this is actually where she lost her life, it makes it even more harder.
Even through the pain.
I feel like we needed this, we needed to let everything out.
And the tears.
It's gonna take a while, but we got it. I think we strong enough. As a family, stay together, pray together.
3 sisters hold each other tight as they hold on to their mom's memory for life.
And I love everybody who came out today. And I'm gonna keep my little sister strong and I'm gonna take care of them.
What happened to Montrese Mitchell is unimaginable. It's shocking to think that a common argument with her boyfriend, something that likely had happened before, ended in such a tragic way. Instead of just walking away or stopping the argument, he reacted violently and shot her multiple times, including in the head, simply because he didn't want to argue anymore. This horrible act took away a mother from her 3 young daughters. Such a heartless and evil action shows he's a danger to others and shouldn't be allowed back into society. My condolences to her friends and family. This should have never happened to her. May you continue to heal and one day find peace.